Hello, good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Today is already the 5th of August. My God, it's just flying by. Hey, good morning to you. Hey, Miss Jamie. Thank you, boo. Hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, hey. Hello. How y'all doing? Happy Tuesday. Thank y'all for sharing. Truly appreciate it. Thank you for the heart me's. Thank you so much. Thank you for the gifts. Hey, Michael. Hey, Miss Brandy. Hey, boo. Hey, Keisha. Hey, Royal. Anush. Hey, boo. Courtney. Dolls on Poles. Hi, Australia. Let me listen. When I say Australia and down under be holding me down, yes, I truly appreciate y'all. I have a lot of supporters from Australia and New Zealand, so I'm truly grateful for you guys. Thank you. Thank y'all for being here. Hey, Lotus King, Peter Kovacs. Hi, hey, hey, hey. All right, let's get into this read. Welcome back to my channel. This is Adana, also known as the Afro Scene. And today I'm reading for the Beautiful Handsome Collective. Hi, Collective. Hello, Collective. You know I gotta hype y'all up. Flowers, flowers, flowers. Flowers, flowers, flowers. One more time. Flowers, flowers, flowers. Yes. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell to book a private reading with me or to shop in my store. All that information is in the description box below. Okay. Shameless plug here. If you have not received your copy of your book yet, it's called Wisdom Beyond Wounds, and this book was created for individuals like myself and you who may have went through very extreme situations surrounding narcissism. Um, um, yeah, just had a brain fart. But anywho, this book is available for you to purchase on Amazon, readily available. Takes about 2 to 3 days to get to you here, but definitely check it out. It's on Amazon. If you're interested, go ahead and look and see if it's for you. Again, it's many different prompts and many different exercises in here. I'll just give you an example really quick. I broke down many different aspects surrounding narcissism, and it gives you the definition of that actual aspect. Then it gives you an example of it, and then you will be prompted with reflection questions to help you to break down the shadow parts maybe you're not aware that you may have experienced while going through extreme narcissistic abuse here. Okay. So yeah, definitely grab your copy. It's on Amazon, Wisdom Beyond Wounds. And let's get into this read, okay? All right, channel message here. They're in extreme denial. Take it how it resonates. Everything that I mentioned to you is not going to resonate. So take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? They're in extreme denial, and here's why. I was able to break it down from a psychological aspect and also a narcissistic aspect. And then we're going to bring it full circle so that way you can understand deeper as to why they're feeling in this way, okay? So the reason why they're in extreme denial, first off, is because you've completely disconnected or walked away from these individuals, okay? Take it how it resonates. A friend, a family, ex-lover, ex-spouse, however it resonates in your story. They never thought that you had the gumption, or they never thought that you had the energy to be able to move forward without them, because all the time they really needed you, but they never wanted you to be aware that they needed you. It's very odd and weird, and also abnormal here, because how is it that a person need another person, but the person that they need, they abuse? That doesn't make sense to me. So you're trying to, or they're trying to create a scenario where abuse is okay. In the moment that you are able to acknowledge what actually abuse that you're going through here, then they want to try to do harmful things towards you. So that way, you know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense to me. You're abusing someone that you need help. And when they realize, finally understand the darker parts of being abused, and you walk away, now they're upset. Anywho, so It's really a form of denial, to be honest, or sorry, contradiction. Denial is a contradiction because the human mind operates on two conflicting tracks. You have knowing and not acknowledging, okay? They're fully aware as to what they're doing, but they refuse to acknowledge what they're doing here. So it tends to create a contradiction when someone is in a form or a state of being in denial, okay? On a subconscious level, the individual often sense the truth, but consciously they reject it. And they reject it for many different reasons, of course. This creates what some may say cognitive dissonance, which is the tension between reality and the version of reality they cling for or cling to for emotional survival. They needed you for emotional survival because they never were able to express themselves emotionally. This is something that you were equipped with despite you going through the harsh realities of what you may have experienced here. And most people that see that another person is really emotionally intelligent or emotionally valid within themselves here, it tends to create some form of, or it can create some form of a tug and pull between the person that's actually emotionally intelligent versus the person that's not, okay? So knowing this, when I say emotionally intelligent, so you would like compliment them, hey, you look nice today, or something that will more so uplift their spirits, and they never experienced that before here. So they tend to gravitate towards you and want to kind of cling on to you or hang on to you here because you're able to give them something that they've never been able to receive when they were young or whatever the case may be here. So an example would be, let's say someone is in denial about an abusive relationship. They may rationalize it. They may say something like, oh, it's not that bad, or they love me, right? But deep down, they sense danger or mistreatment, but their mind suppresses it because accepting the truth would force painful decisions or confrontations. And I always mention to you guys, when someone is fully aware or guilty as to what they have done here, and they're more on the darker aspect of things or the lower vibrational aspect of things, they're going to do a lot of things to create some form of a very harmful reality or a harmful experience here, okay? So what they do is they start to build a false narrative to reduce anxiety, and sometimes it can actually contradict the actual facts that are playing out in front of their face. So that's from the psychological aspect of them being in denial. This is more so the narcissistic perspective from them being in denial, okay? So for narcissists, denial becomes an extreme contradiction because their entire identity depends on controlling reality. If you can't control yourself, you can't control your reality, because the reality comes from within, if that makes sense. When you are having a thought, or if you're sitting in thought, that thought has two ways it can go, two potentials. The thought that you have, you can turn that into something positive and you can make something great out of yourself. Or on the flip side, or the other hand here, is that you may have a thought and you may have a negative thought, and you may decide to do something negative with that thought. So you have two options when it comes to making a decision depending on the thought that you may have, right? So denial becomes an extreme contradiction because their entire identity depends on controlling reality. Yet again, if you can't control yourself, you're not going to be able to control anything that's around you. That's physical, that's mental, that's psychological, that's emotional, etc., etc., etc. They reject anything that threatens their ego because accepting it will shatter their grandiose self-image. They make themselves look bigger than what they are. In their mind, admitting fault equals to annihilation. And that's what you did here. You were successfully able to see or push the mirror in front of their face, where they're now able to see the denial in print, or more so factual, or more so in their face. And because of how strong this denial, the denial factor that they are carrying within themselves here, it's making them go into a form of really extreme self-sabotage here, okay? So for instance, if they hurt someone, denial will sound like you're too sensitive, or that never happened, right? Again, they have to throw off the scent or throw you off, so that way you can't make them feel bad for what they have done towards you, basically here, okay? Also, if they fail, denial may sound like people are jealous of me instead of admitting shortcomings. So I'll take a little example of that when it came to my my mother figure here. I was never jealous of my mother figure. My mother is very small, and I'm more on the thick side of things. I always had a bigger top, and I was always big chested when I was young. And she will always say things like, it'll be hard for me to like get certain bras in my size because she never taught me certain things for me to understand like the dynamics of being a teenager or a young adult at the time. So I would express myself surrounding that, and it was always some form of, oh, you're just jealous of me, or you're this. And I'm like, how am I jealous of you because of how my body is shaped? And she will always use my body as a form of like a punching bag to kind of make herself feel good or better about how she truly felt about me here. So that's just an example. So if they're wanting to deny, or they do deny if they fail in regards to what they're trying to do here, or they fail in regards to the denial that they're feeling, they're going to do something to more so put everything onto you here. So this is why narcissistic individuals tend to gaslight other people, because they want to enforce their illusion externally and erase any evidence that contradicts their narrative. They're literally walking contradictions. And denial, again, going back to I'm going to look up the etymology, but denial is a contradiction between the human mind, which operates on two conflicting tracks, knowing and not acknowledging. So the etymology here is denial, refusal to grant what is requested or desired. Also, acts of asserting to the contrary or contradicting. That of refusal to accept or acknowledge. So they refuse to accept what is happening in their life. They refuse to accept that you have gone and you're never coming back. They refuse to accept that you refuse to play into their childish tirades. They're in denial, or they refuse to accept that you see right through them. There are many, many different things that they are not feeling when it comes to you. You're not emotionally raging out. You're not yelling at them. You're not screaming at them. And some of these individuals, all they have is limited time. So with an individual, from my own perspective and research of things, I've noticed that when someone has a very limited time frame of something, specifically when they're trying to cause some form of a chaotic experience for you here, they're going to give it all that they got, despite them having that little bit of time left. The reason being is because they feel that if they're able to put all their eggs in one basket here, they feel like that is going to be successful. Has it been successful for them before? Yes, it have. We have to be honest. Yes, it have. For other people that weren't so lucky or able to be successful in getting out of the foolishness that they have been trying to put onto, to that person here. So that's that here. So let's break it down even further within the cards. I'm here to use my petty deck first. But they're in denial that you're not coming back. That's the good news for you. They're realizing that your boundaries are very strong. If you have not left yet, you're soon going to leave, okay? Specifically for the individuals that are not able to leave out of your environment now, I would still take these gems that I'm giving to you and still imply it as if you are in a better space, okay? So take it how it resonates. So you have a karmic that's stressed out here because nothing is working. Everything's kaput. They're in a standstill. It's like you've successfully were able to, for the ones that resonate, you were successfully able to put them in a standstill or in a state of stagnancy here, and they can't get out of that. It's like you saw the box that they were trying to put you in, and you flipped them back with their own box, and you trapped them with their own box. So now that they are caught up in their web, their box here, they don't feel like that they are able to get out of it. Can they get out of it? They can. But getting out of the box also requires a person not to be afraid. And this is metaphorically speaking. When you have a box and you're sitting in a box and you have the flap that's open, you're seeing all these different things that's happening. If you look up, metaphorically speaking, okay, you're looking up and you're seeing, or figuratively speaking, you're looking up and you're seeing many different things. You're hearing like you're just hearing, if that makes sense. You're seeing things outside of the box, but the only way that you can see fully is if you get out of that box. They can't get out of the box because if they do come out the box, it's going to push them or force them to acknowledge the falsehood or the false realities that they were living while they were in the box. Does that make sense? Their point of view is very skewed because they refuse to leave the box. You, on the other hand, your point of view is not skewed. It's more so in a space where you're giving it grace to evolve, to enhance, to want better for yourself, if that makes sense. So they feel it's best to stay where it's where they understand, and they really don't understand anything. It's ignorance. For me, I don't understand ignorance. I don't. I tried to research it. I looked at it from different, aspect of things, and I still can't grasp as to why. Like, I understand, but like a deeper meaning into it, I can't grasp or understand why a person feels so comfortable being ignorant, if that makes sense. And this is how they're feeling here. They feel very ignorant, or they're just ignorant because they say ignorant is bliss. Hey, for some, ignorance is bliss. For me, I can't. I don't want to be ignorant. I want to know what's up, so that way I can change the narrative of my situation here. But nonetheless, here, they're very stressed out here, because once you flip that box on back to them, it's like trying to catch a snake, literally and figuratively. It's really like you're trying to catch a snake, and the only thing, or the only apparatus, or the only object or tool that you have at that time is this box. So you open up the box, you're trying to get into like a stealth mode, and you're trying to ease on closely or closer towards the snake. And you finally, were able to get into a good position, and you kind of like pounce, and were successful to actually put the box over the snake. That's them. They're like the snake that's caught in the box, and they're trying to figure out how to slither the way out of it, but they can't. Okay, they don't have the arms, they don't have the legs to. They feel trapped in their own habitats, or they feel trapped in their own environment here, and that could be spun in many different ways, of course. It's they hiding something. They're hiding the fact that if they were to open up the flap of the box, that they would have to process reality in the truthful way, or more so in the factual way. Their reality is not factual. It's very false. It's filled with illusions, if that makes sense. So we have hiding something in Taurus. Take it how it resonates, okay? You may have a Taurus, or you may know a Taurus that is low vibrational, that is hiding things from you, or hiding the fact that you are aware that they're in denial, because you're never going back to this person, group of people, whatever, however it resonates, okay? Hidden agenda is in reverse. You could listen to Craig David, okay? But hidden agenda is in reverse, and that represents here in regards to their agenda is no longer hidden, because you've completely cracked it open. It's like, do y'all remember where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Remember that? Y'all remember Carmen Sandiego? And you were the gumshoe, or the teenagers were gumshoes, and they were trying to find clues in how to find Carmen Sandiego here. Sometimes, in some cases, they weren't able to get her, and in some cases, they were able to get her. They were able to kind of capture her in that kind of way. That's what's happening here. I feel like that you are the leading gumshoe, if y'all remember that. And you had your tools, or your resources here, that help you to more so nab that person that was trying to be a nuisance in your life here. And again, it could be a toxic mom, a toxic dad, a brother, a sister, an uncle, a friend, spouse, lover, however it resonates in your story, okay? So we have fake emperor here, and then we also have daddy issues. So there's a father figure here. Take it how it resonates, okay? If your father passed, I understand that. But just because your father passed doesn't mean that the story, it could still resonate. So just take it how it resonates, okay? So we got fake emperor, and we have daddy issues. It could be your actual father, a stepfather, an uncle, a brother figure, whatever here. That's very toxic here, okay? Very, very, very toxic. You're not in communication with this person, because this person may have been very abusive to you when you were younger, okay? And they're also trapped within this box as well, too. Again, if you were to, so I'm going to break it down in many different aspects. They have the opportunity to get out of the box. They refuse. But if you take them out the box. They will more so be living life on your terms or more so from your point of view, if that makes sense. So an example would be, let's say you're traveling overseas for the first time. Let's say you're going to the Maldives for the first time. And let's say you had a conversation with someone that have never been anywhere before, but all they have is not stipulation, assumptions. All they have are assumptions. And you say, yeah, I'm about to go to the Maldives for 2 weeks, and I can't wait to be in the sun and eating good food or whatever, and then you have someone that's completely uncultured, never been anywhere, and the first thing I want to say, oh, why you want to do that? No, you shouldn't do that. I heard this. I heard they got tsunamis, and I heard this, and I heard they never been anywhere, but they always have some form of a statement in regards to as if they actually experienced that thing. You're dealing with individuals that are non-experienced when it comes to life, whether they are young, whether they are middle-aged, or whether they are old. Take it how it resonates and be okay with that. You're dealing with some individuals out here that are very non-experienced when it comes to living life. That's where you come in. Again, you're not here to survive. You're here to live life. You're here to thrive in life, if that makes sense. And most people who have never experienced something, they're always quick to get into this herd mentality of I heard or they say or whatever the case may be. They will never take the time to step outside of the box or to get out of the box to formulate their own points of view or perception, if that makes sense. So most people, when they see that your perception is on the up and up, or you're making good decisions based on the perceptions that you are perceiving here, some people tend to cling or try to hang on to you or hook on to you because they know that you got it, if that makes sense. You got great head on your shoulders. You're making great decisions for yourself. Oh, okay, yeah, they seem like they got it figured out. All right, well, let me just hatch on like a parasite in that kind of way. They want to be very parasitic to you or to the host, which is you here, and they feel that it is very just to do that. And the moment that you're able to see this parasite that's trying to leech off of you and you flick them off, this is when they get very angry or upset. And that's not an issue for you. That's a them issue. Because how can you tell me you never been to the Maldives, or you never been to Canada, or you never been to Idaho, or whatever the case may be, and then you're trying to give me information on a reality that you've never experienced? This is why most of them, or however it resonates for narcissistic individuals here, they need other people's points of view or realities to feel comfortable in their illusions. But if you're not around them for them to be able to successfully live off of your perception or your points of view here, they're going to fall. They're going to be in denial. And this is the denial that needed to happen in order for you to get the justice that you deserve, that you truly deserve. They're a walking contradiction. You got unemployed in jail, unemployed physically, unemployed spiritually. Okay, unemployed physically, or I'll say this way: unemployed financially, they don't have any money. Unemployed spiritually, they don't have protection. That's a real thing. Unemployed psychologically, they clicked out. They're not here anymore. They're not able to differentiate if they're, what's really real and what's not. Because the moment that you broke through the mirror, or you destroyed the mirror here of their illusion or their point of view or their perspective here, it's like, once again, they were wearing their rose-colored glasses, like how we were. We weren't aware, but the moment that we became aware, we did something different to get out of the situation. Them, on the other hand, they've never, once their rose-colored glasses were taken off for them, they didn't know what to do. It was like just all this light coming to their point of view or their reality or their illusion reality. It scared them to the point where they're, I can't do it. They're real frantic because they don't understand what's happening here without you. But yet again, these are the same riffraffs, the same derelicts that always fix in their mouth to say something foolish about you, which makes no sense to me. They don't make sense. They don't make sense. Again, they don't make sense. Yes. Hi, Tracy. They're living off someone else's back. Yes, yours. And that's not fair to you at all. We got fake empress here that's in legal matters. Could be your friend. Take it how it resonate. So you may be taking a friend to court. You were living with this friend at one point in time. Or this friend is afraid of you taking them to court because you can for what they've done. Someone loves pistachios, pimentos, or pinto beans. Someone's learning how to use a synthesizer, or you wanting to learn how to play the synthesizer. You could be into that 80 type of retro type of music. I'm trying to think of a song that has that synthesizer thing. Well, you should know if you're playing with it. You should know. But we got cold-hearted narcissists here. So right now, we want a friend right now, a cold-hearted narcissistic friend that is unable to express emotions due to the illegal activities that they were trying to do towards you here, okay? And you divorced this person because you realized that they weren't any good for you here. Okay, in the moment that you've divorced or disconnected or separated from this friend for however it resonates, okay, everything I say ain't gonna resonate. But when you divorce this friend here is when their illusion shattered. It shattered to the point, okay, perfect examples. Let's say you're carrying a big mirror. Let's say you just went to the store and you see this beautiful standing mirror, and let's say you are the only one that can take it at the time, like carry it from the store to your home. Let's say you finally were able to bring it to your home successfully, but when you took it out your car and you try to like take it out, when you try to take it out the car, it fell, and your first instinct or reaction is to like gasp, like, and your eyes get big. It's such a, let me see how I can break that down. It's like a it's like a reality shock, or a shock of reality, that this mirror that you were holding to take from the car to the house is broken in a million pieces. So it kind of makes you get scared. Oh shoot, I just broke this glass, and you're kind of like in a freeze position or frame here. That's what they're currently going through right now. Like they're in a, since the mirror broke in front of their face, and now they're actually seeing the true depiction of who they are, which is the falseness here. It makes them very afraid. Hey, Phoenix. Hey, boo. Miss Maggie. Hey, how you doing? Yes. Hey, Valerie. Could be an Aquarius. Take it how it resonates. Aquarius friend. Shocking message. They have hood rat tendencies, Aries. They do a lot of foolish things towards others. Could be an Aries, could be an Aquarius, could be a Taurus so far. Someone's name is Ariel. Someone loves, I'm hearing cocoa melon. I'm also hearing watermelon, and then I'm hearing cantaloupe. So you may love a lot of different types of melons. Why I keep saying somebody child watches cocoa melon, that keeps popping up. But I'm hearing specifically watermelon and cantaloupe, okay? Or you're on a fruit diet or a fruit fast. What's going on with cocoa melon? What is that? I know it's a children's show, but is it like healthy or something? It keeps popping up. Let me just tap into that real quick. I heard tap into cocoa melon. Okay. Let's see. What's going on with cocoa melon? Wheel of Fortune. Oh, okay. So it's a good show. Okay, my spirit was like, just check on it. Okay, it's a good show. Okay, Wheel of Fortune and Seven of Cups. All right. Okay. I don't know what that's about. Okay, so they can't express their emotions because they don't have any emotions. They were banking on you for the emotions that they thought that they had. So it's like when you were around this person or they were around you, it was like two different sides to them. When they were around you, they were on weird stuff, weird time. But when they were around other people that were around you, they acted just like you. It's like they didn't know how to act when you two were by yourselves or in a private setting or intimate setting. But the moment that you were around other people and they were around you, when you were around other people, it was like night or day. Hey, Paula, thank you. It was like night or day. And you look at them when you're able to finally catch on, you be like, oh, wow, they talking like you, they dressing like you, they walking like you. Like for me, for instance, when I go out in public, public is a public thing. I don't play about that. I don't act. That's just me. I'm very poised when I'm in public, very reserved. I'm being so for real with you. That's just my nature. Okay. So when I'm out in public and you see me, say, hey, but are you going to get that poise or reserved look or a response? Hey, how you doing? So I realized, well, when I would go to restaurants and I like to eat, I like fancy restaurants. So when I used to go out to fancy restaurants with the narcissistic family here, I realized that they didn't know how to act in certain type of establishments. So I realized that when I would speak first, I speak very mature, proper, right? Emotionally intelligent. And I realized that my mother and stepsister didn't really know how to do that until I would do that. So I realized that and I'm like, oh, okay, I ain't think nothing of it. It's like, okay, whatever. But when we get back to the home, it's like they just took off their suit, their mask, and it's just like night and day. And it's just like, what the hell? That's when I realized I was like, they really don't know how to socially connect in a very emotional or mature way. And that's when I realized I was like, yeah, something's not right here. And I did my own research, but this is just an example. Hi, Ivani. How you doing, boo? So without you being there, they can't mimic you. Without you being there, they can't copy you. You made a huge imprint or impact in their life. They would never tell you that, of course, which is odd. They want to be like you, but they can't even say, hey, I admire you or you inspire me or whatever the case may be. This is why they are in the predicament that they're in. They have no sense of identity when it comes to self at all. And it's sad. So you got the 8 of Cups here. So you left them high and dry. You said, bye, heifers. You said, bye, heifers. Oh, man. You left them high and dry as you should. And their mouths are wide open because it's like, you're never coming back. No, absolutely not. No way. Okay, we have the Death card here. And the 4 of Swords. Okay. Hey, Sabrina. Death card and 4 of Swords in reverse means a burnt out. It was nothing left to salvage. It was nothing left to save. They didn't have the energy to keep up with you, which is why they kept trying to do things to act like you. If you have to keep trying to impersonate a person, I feel that takes a lot of time and effort and energy. And I don't have time to sit here and impersonate anybody because I don't want to be anybody. I want to be me. I don't care what another person do. So for me, from my perspective here, I feel like when another person tries to completely 100% or 1,000,000% emulate another person here, that takes a lot of time. And then they're getting mad at you because they can't keep up with what they're trying to do or trying to be like you. Make this make sense. So with the Death and 4 of Swords in reverse, they're burnt out and exhausted because they can't keep up with you. And they mad at you, but trying to make you unaware or unknowingly aware that they're mad at you. So when you're around them, when you're having a conversation with them, you're like, yo, what's going on? What's up? Oh, sound like a damn grizzly bear, child. You said- so we got Six of Swords here. Six of Swords here. You decided to move away from that foolishness, that trauma, child. They do sound like a grizzly bear. Oh man, that's crazy. You got people out here that really trying to do what you do but can't do what you do. They get mad at you because you are the originator. You are the blueprint of you, of course. And they're mad at you because they can't do what you do. They can't copy or emulate or mimic the blueprint of you. Get your own blueprint. They don't want to because they don't understand themselves. Well, why don't they understand themselves? Because of the foolish things that they do, the wicked and vile things that they do. They can't understand it. They can't comprehend it, but they are aware of what they're doing, if that makes sense. And they refuse to change. So because they refuse to change, well, let me just latch on to the collective. The collective got it together. The collective is this. The collective is successful in many different forms, financially, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, etc., etc. The collective got it together. The collective got it all. Let me just attach to it. No, heifer, go get your own energy and stay the hell off the collective's back with your foolishness. We got the Ten of Pentacles here. That's in reverse. So Ten of Pentacles represents like a loss, inheritance, okay? It could be a form of inheritance. Take it how it resonates. Someone may, however it resonates, it's not gonna resonate for everybody. Okay, now. They may have taken your inheritance and spent it. You'll get it back. You're going to get it back for whoever that resonates. There are a lot of laws surrounding money or family traditions or financial family traditions. Their financial family traditions is just to get money and just waste it on silly things, frivolous things. If you have a family member that loves like BBLs or we'll just say cosmetic surgery here, it was a shoddy job or it wasn't a successful outcome. They may have to get money to remove the cosmetic surgery that they may have had done because it's giving a lot of complications surrounding what they've done. With the Ten of Wands, yes. And they're trying to scam or they're trying to stay around you here so they can get you to pay for this, for whoever resonates. Yeah, someone is sick from some form of cosmetic surgery gone wrong or bad. So something with silicone, I don't know anything about that. Okay, this is just what I'm channeling. So y'all gonna have to help me here with that part. But whatever's leaking out of whatever procedure that they had done, if they don't get this taken out, it looks like it could be, it can affect the bloodstream or something about the surgery is going to, something with toxins within the bloodstream. So if I have like nurses or doctors on here, y'all help me out, okay? What is a certain word? Y'all help me out. There's some form of toxins within this person's blood. And they're trying to get this cosmetic thing removed. And it seems like they're having trouble getting it removed because they need the money to. So you'll be hearing about someone passing away from complications from some form of cosmetic surgery. Sepsis, yes, thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Yes, 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 thank you. Yep, sepsis. I knew y'all would have helped me. Thank y'all. It could be a staph infection as well too. But I just saw that the blood wasn't filtered right or filtered out properly. Could be blood poisoning as well too. But sepsis is what I was looking for. What else, Spirit? Tell me more about the Ten of Wands. Upright, Six of Pentacles in reverse. They're overworked and burdened by scamming. Ah, okay. They got caught. They got caught in their blind spot. They did. They got caught in their blind spot here, and they were unprepared. Yes, they were. They were very unprepared with this. Someone loves asparagus, or you may love mashed potatoes. It could be also sweet yams or yams potatoes. Sweet yams are good. It is. A sweet potato, it is good. So they were unprepared by this life-altering change in life here. So now it seems like people are focused around this person who's trying to get this botched thing out of their body here. And I just strongly feel like it's going to be too late. It's going to be like, it's like irreversible damages. So you'll hear about this person becoming sick and, you know, up out of here from what they've done. Wow. Oh, okay. It's a necessary ending. Not build a bitch. Jamie. Not build a bitch. We got reckless here. Yeah, they were reckless in their spending. Oh well, they wanted to keep up with the Joneses. See, however way you live your life, it was always something that they always dream of living. And they knew that they could experience living the life that you wanted to live if they stood connected to you here. But it wasn't working because, again, they're trying to abuse you while staying connected to you. I'll use a flower as an example. If you don't take care of the flower, if you don't nurture the flower, if you don't love on the flower, if you don't prune, you know, the dead leaves around the flower, well, then it may be a possibility that this flower may have a hard time growing in its full potential. If that makes sense. They want to thrive off of the fullness of your potential, but destroy it in the same time. How is that going to benefit also you and them? How's that going to benefit you and benefit them? It's not. You're the host, figuratively speaking, and they're trying to latch on to you to just take from you. No, you got to cut that hold. Or you're not the host. You got to cut the cancer. You got to cut them off, which you did. You can't be responsible for what other people decide to do with themselves. That's what they decide to do. It is what it is. And they're responsible for that. But they don't want to be responsible for it because they don't know how to be responsible for it, which is where the denial comes in or sets in. They're aware. They just don't want to do anything different about it. Someone's name is Nadine. I'm hearing NASCAR races, Manitoba. I'm also hearing Nantucket, Perryville, Edwardsville, Sacramento, West Chicago. We have anger. Now they're angry because they're in a necessary ending that they placed themselves in. It's damn if you do, damn if you don't with them. I really feel like for whoever resonates, of course, I feel like the reason why they got this cosmetic surgery enhancement here is to look like you, but they wanted to talk about how you look. That don't make sense. Oh, you shouldn't do that. Oh, that don't look right on you. But they get the same thing that they said that don't look right on you. Someone loves sunflower seeds. It could be the cheese flavor. So I'm seeing many different sunflower seeds, or just see seeds. I see pumpkin seeds. I see many variations of sunflower. I see ranch. I see cheese. salt and pepper. I see pickle. Somebody loves sunflower seeds or just seeds in general. Okay, you could be a seed collector or you're collecting seeds for your garden. Someone's growing carrots for the first time. Hey, Shamika. We have perseverance here. The limited energy that they have left is where they're trying to put all their eggs into the basket when it comes to you. Well, if I can't attach to you, if I can't live off of you, then I have to destroy you. That's not how this works at any point in time in life when it comes to these riffraff derelicts. Yes, I said it. No one can tell you what you should do or can do when it comes to your life. Specifically and especially if they don't even have their own shit together. You can't tell me about myself when you don't have your stuff together. That makes sense? And this is what these individuals are trying to do here. And they got, they were sadly mistaken here. Sadly mistaken. All the individuals that were around them, they don't have the energy that you do. So they fell to the wayside, to the waistline here, and they're just watching them fall by continuously being in denial. And a person that is very contradictory when it comes to being in denial here, that can make them sick as well too. See, people don't realize that many different things that they decide not to do or go against can actually make them sick. If someone stays in denial for a very long time, for years, that can make them sick through stress because they're constantly aware as to what they're doing or what took place or what happened, but they're constantly in denial. They refuse to acknowledge or take accountability in regards to what is happening here. So since they refuse, now the stress is starting to pour in. Now they're angry. Now they're upset. Now they're lashing out, because they don't feel free from whatever experience that they may have experienced. That's where they wanted to pin you in. That's where they wanted you to be in. And that's not fair to you. Somebody eating Chinese. I'm hearing dim sum or wonton soup. It said victory is in reverse. She was on the stairs to nowhere. So what's your fate of pleasure? It's torture. That's by the Jacksons, But victories in reverse. It could be in Aries. Take it how it resonates here. Trying to become victorious over you, but they can't even be victorious over themselves. They don't have the blueprint as to how they should act. That's why they keep trying to get near you, but destroy you at the same time. No, that would never happen. That can't happen. It just can't. Somebody could be 44, or you could be born in the 8th month. We are in August. Happy birthday to the Leos. Or you could be born in 1944, or they were born in 1944. Take it how it resonates. Or someone may live at an address that has the number 44 in it, or your phone number may have a 44 in it. Take it how it resonates. But we do have longevity, which is also in reverse here. Could be a Scorpio. Take it how it resonates, okay? You could be 39, or they could be 39, or someone could be born in 1939, or your phone number may have 39 in it, or 9 plus 3 is 12, which breaks down to 3. Someone's birthday could be March. Could be March 3rd or March 9th. Your life path number could be 3. Or you're doing things to elevate your soul, or you're doing things to refresh your soul, because I'm hearing mind, body, and soul, which is the Trinity, okay? One of these days I'll break that down further, because I feel like that's something that a lot of people are not aware about when it comes to that. So one of these days when I get the green light, I'm going to definitely break that down from a spiritual and a psychological aspect of 3. Someone's making sun tea, where you may add It's like iced tea, and I think you put it in the sun for some time, and then it actually, like, you know, you can actually drink it. I think it's called sun tea. It's a southern thing, I believe. And if I'm wrong, correct me, I can take it. Someone loves Indian food. You may love waffles. You could be going to the Waffle House. Someone's eating beef bacon. Someone loves Jolly Ranchers, but it may not love your teeth. You may have been having issues surrounding your teeth with Jolly Ranchers, so be mindful of that. There's a lot of foods that are coming up. Some Italian food, so it's like a big spread. So you could be having a party. You may be having many different like international foods or many different types of background of foods surrounding a party here. We do have grounding in reverse, okay? They can't ground themselves because they don't know themselves. We have Virgo. Could be a Virgo, could be a Scorpio, could be an Aries. The number 5 is here. So someone could be born in the 5th month or the 5th day. You may be the 5th child out of 5 kids. Take that how that resonates. Or they could be the 5th child out of 5 kids. Is today the 4th? What's today? The 4th or the 5th? Today's the 5th. Okay. Today's the 5th. I'm hearing Appalachian Mountains. I'm also hearing Johnny Knoxville. You might be into that type of lifestyle with Johnny Knoxville, the Jackass crew. They are funny, I ain't gonna lie. They funny as hell, I ain't gonna lie. Oh man, Wee Man and all that. So I'm here in Bethlehem. So his name is Antoinette. We have affection here. Affection is in reverse. It is a Taurus, low vibrational Taurus here. So you're not giving them the affection that they did not give you. Again, if they can't give you anything, then that's what you're going to leave with. Nothing. That's what you're going to leave with. So when you realize that they weren't giving you what you were giving to them, when you realize that they weren't giving to you as you were giving to them here, it now became balance. Well, if I'm coming into this connection, this relationship, this partnership, this friendship, whatever the case may be, and you want me to do all the work, that's not going to work for me, little dog. It's just not. It's just not going to work. So it's best for them to find someone or a group of people that shares their same principalities, which is nothing, okay? How they got successful or were able to be around successful individuals like yourself is because they try to wedge themselves to ensure that they can stay latched on to you. And again, that's not fair to you at all. Someone's making rice or sticky rice. You could be getting sushi, or you're making your own sushi from scratch. Someone loves soy sauce or duck sauce. All right, what else, Spirit? We have Self-Care Sunday. And then status upgrade. So your status is upgrading in life. Take it how it resonates. Okay, Self-Care Sunday. Maybe this is something that you've implemented for yourself once you've disconnected from these individuals. Or maybe this is something that you may have had while you were around them. You like to look a certain way. You like to, you know, experience certain things, and you are entitled to and allowed to experience certain things here, okay? So it's like you're reprioritizing your rest. Maybe Sundays are your rest day here, and it's putting you in a position to now you're able to upgrade by yourself because you're the only one that's doing the work. So if you're doing the work, you should be the only one rewarded for the work that you're doing. Yeah, this Denal is eating them up. It's really, truly eating them up here. Catfish. This literally just summed up the reading. It truly just summed up the reading here in regards to catfish here. They live a catfish life. Like, I really feel like this the reason why catfish was created, because of individuals in this caliber or this nature here, in regards to them trying to emulate other people to come off as something that they're not. And it's very sad. And it is a mental instability. It truly is. It is. They're very deceptive in nature, or they're very deceptive in regards to how people perceive them or preview them. Yeah, jealous. For sure. We have karma, we have sneaky here. Karma and sneaky. Then we have sudden changes. So since they want to continue to be sneaky behind your back, well, karma was behind their back. So your back is turned against them. So you are looking towards the future, towards your path of success. They're seeing that they're growing disgruntled because you're moving forward. So they're looking at you from, behind your back. And while they're looking at you from behind your back, karma's watching them from behind their back. So just in a way, they think that they can blindside you from not being successful, becoming successful. Well, karma's doing the same thing for them as well, too. And say financial failure. Somebody's listening to Christmas music, or you love a lot of Christmas music, or just Christmas in general. I'm hearing Christmas in August. I know they say Christmas in July, but I'm specifically hearing Christmas in August. Maybe you weren't able to do it in July, so now you're doing it in August. That's fine. What else, Spirit? Talk to me. Work, husband and wife. So it could be a husband and wife that came up against you, a mother and father that came up against you here. That could be suffering from cancer. We have cancer here. It's spreading quickly. So some form of cancer is metastasizing pretty quickly amongst a mother or a father figure, or both. Take out how it resonates. Or both mom and dad could be sick right now, like really bad, like really badly sick. But it was all because of what they have done towards you here. We do have witchcraft here, and we do have homeless. So they can't keep up with the Joneses anymore, or keep up with the collective. I'm not even going to say keep up with the Joneses. They can't keep up with the collective anymore, which is you. And you gave off that form of perception that they thought that they can keep up with you. No. How can someone keep up with you when they can't keep up with themselves? Make that make sense. Look, we got stuck energy and bad luck. Here. Oh man, these people are so goofy, child. I really feel like that we are watching them on the Truman Show. If you ever saw that movie before, if not, I'll give you a little background synopsis in regards to it. The Truman Show, Jim Carrey starred in that movie, and basically his life was always scrutinized by individuals, and he didn't realize until he saw a boat one day, and it was like a blank white wall, and he saw a door, and he tried to go up the steps to get out of the reality, or more so the illusion here. So I feel we're all in the Truman Show in that kind of way, but I feel like the tables have turned where we're actually watching them, like, hey, spiral out of control, losing their sense of reality. Their illusions has completely been disrupted or shattered. You know what I mean? And I feel like that we are watching them as they're going through what they're going through here. Because finally, it's like you were able to step outside of their illusion. And let me tell you guys, y'all know how I feel about the divine collective. I'm gonna make that clear. I am so freaking proud of y'all. I'm proud of you for sticking up for yourself. I'm proud of you for finding the confidence within self. I'm proud of you for speaking up for the ones that are doing it. I'm proud of you for doing what you're supposed to do. So let me give y'all some flowers. Yeah, go ahead, collective. I know that's right. Yes, boo. You get some flowers. You get some flowers and you get some. I know that's right. Period. Go get these flowers. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Because you gotta celebrate you, boo. Who gonna do it? You always make sure that you celebrate you, okay? Who gonna do it better than you? Nobody. Look, no competition. See, it's ain't no competition. Good morning. Okay, no competition. You're not in competition with anyone. They're not in competition with you because it was never a competition. Only people who feel that they need to be in competition with another person is someone, in my personal opinion and point of view, is someone that can't, they're not comfortable with themselves. So they feel that, well, I'm going to be in competition with you specifically if it's one-sided and you're not even aware that it's a form of a one-sided competition. You know what I mean? They do it so that way they can feel good about themselves. But then they try to strategically place you in positions, we'll say checkers, they placing their checker pieces on your chessboard here, and they want to more so overthrow or more so to get you to lose based on the one-sided competition that they have towards you. Negative. You are not you're not a water spigot or water pipe. You're not to be tapped into or used up, okay? Don't let nobody use you. I don't care who it is. A toxic mom, a toxic dad, a brother, a sister, a toxic friend, a toxic ex, a toxic spouse, Don't let none of them heifers use you up. You're not a keg where you can just tap on and you're not a keg. Don't let nobody use you up in that way. Let them go find their own source. I said it. Know your worth, period. And anytime someone tries to question your worth, don't allow anybody to question your worth. Only one that can is you. And you decide whatever you need to do with that. But don't allow anyone to come, oh, you shouldn't know. There's a reason why they're saying that. Look, devil in disguise. Okay? Someone's name is Devin or Devon or Danielle or Daniela. Danica. Drayton or Dre. Someone's eating a lot of spicy foods and it's affecting your throat. So you may have to look into that. Let me drink some water. Toxic family. Prayers in reverse. Their prayers are not working. So honestly, we all know that they don't pray. We know this now. I don't know what to call that, but it's not prayers. It's trash. It's jargon. It's gibberish. It's foolish gibberish in form of how they want to perceive it as a prayer. It's not a prayer. So we're going to have to find a different term for them heifers, okay? Because that's not... Praying is not what they're doing. It's like psychobabble. Yeah, that's what they're speaking. A psychobabble and thinking that it's a prayer to stop you from being successful or to stop you to moving forward to doing what you want to do. Child, please. It say abortion is in reverse. Not an actual physical abortion, but abortion in this nature in regards to the plan that they had employed for you. It's not working. Could be a Pisces that's emotionally exhausted, Okay, I'm pulling specifically about a low vibrational Pisces. Whoever this Pisces is, they got caught up at work or a job or some form of a labor or something. So if you know, hear me out. If you know a low vibrational Pisces that works for a workforce or a union or something, they're getting ready to be fired and maybe fined for being intimate or having sex on the job or something like that. They lost their job, they lost their benefits, they lost the union because they got caught sleeping on the job. Man. It's like, I'm not judging nobody. I'm just a messenger. They do what they do, child. But we do have addiction here. I feel like somebody's like really sexually addicted to having sex like in public places, and that's gonna get this person caught up real bad. Whoever this Pisces is, take it how it resonates, however it resonates. Someone's name is Simone or Simeon. Samantha, Salamander, Salander, Salvatore. I'm also hearing cicadas, Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Salsa could be the actual food salsa, or you may like to salsa dance. Someone loves strawberries, or you're planting strawberries. Yeah, there's a secret lover and burnt out. There's a Pisces here that's sexually addicted to doing things, publicly or in places where you can get caught. I guess is the adrenaline or whatever. That was an ally at one point in time. They're not an ally anymore. Secret lover. However that resonates, because that could be spun in many different ways. So they're a frenemy. So Pisces, that's a frenemy here. They could be in a domestic violence situation. You may have warned this person about their, their sexcapades. A Leo is here that may have mental illness. Yeah, it's deep rooted. So there's a Leo here, low vibrational Leo. They may have a mental instability that they can't cope or they can't deal with here. It's because of the denial and the stress of all that's happening here. Because again, they never thought they were going to get caught. And they're so confused by this. They still don't understand how you beat them. They don't understand. So y'all going to have to take that, how that resonates. Let me tap from this, and then I think I should be good. I do want to come back on here. I'm going to see if I can. I'm not promising anything, but I do want to give another reading. Hopefully I do have the time to. If I do, I will pop up on here, okay? So they didn't hear, but now they're feeling here, and that's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact. It comes in threes. You know what they say when it comes in threes. I just said, didn't I just say 3 signs? Didn't I? I said Pisces. Hold on. I know I mentioned 3 signs. Pisces, Leo, and Cancer. I did. Pisces, Leo, and Cancer. It comes in threes. You were the lifeline that were going to potentially save their life to do something great. And they didn't want to take the lifeline. And that's fine. You can't force anyone to do what they don't want to do. That's fine. But now they have to go through what they're going through because they refuse to take the notes. They refuse to. You were like the cheat sheet in their life. You were. And you had the right qualifications to be in the position to teach them something. More so love. I'll put it in that way, because you come in love or you come in peace. And they thought peace was foreign, or they thought your kindness was very off or odd. So they took advantage of that, and they have to eat their words. They do. Thank you. Hi, Linda. Thank you. All for materialistic things. And everything's just going south. You shouldn't laugh at them. Well, you don't have to laugh at them, but I'm going to laugh, because laughing is a part of my karma, and laughing is very healing and therapeutic to the soul. So I'm going to laugh. If you don't like it, then maybe this channel's not for you. I heard that very clear. It popped very clear. You shouldn't laugh at them, okay? Well, as I mentioned, everybody ain't gonna like what I say or what I do, and that's okay. But you can laugh. That's a form of your karma. You ain't causing any harm to anybody. And to be honest, when people say things like that, that tells me that you might be an enabler, or that tells me that you might be guilty or triggered by someone's laughing. So if you don't like what I say or what I do, if you don't like my hearty laugh, then this page not for you, heifer. Okay? They expect us to cry and hang our head down in shame. And you shouldn't hang your head down in shame. Here's why. Because you're not the one that caused the foolishness that they tried to do towards you. Okay? You shouldn't hide in shame, or you shouldn't hide at all based on what someone wants you to perceive, or how to perceive, you know, the world, or whatever the case may be. F them. E-F-F them. F them. The more you face your fears, the more confident that you're going to become. And that's what I want for you guys. I want you to face your face your fears in the many different aspects that make you you. And sometimes, in some cases, that requires you to face family dynamics. Yes. Because sometimes, in some cases here, the family dynamic that's very toxic at nature here created a foundation of disparity. What else? Discouraging you from doing things. Finances is all in topsy-turvy. Your health is not right, etc., etc., etc. It is okay to face your fears, and that could be spun in many different ways. So to hell with the people that say, oh, you shouldn't, you shouldn't, you shouldn't. We don't care, heifer. And don't come over here. What the heck? Yeah, it says on point, it say true. Okay? On point and true. Even the cards say it. On point and the truth here. And just watch them. Just watch them go through their, you know, the wrath of God. Watch them go through the hellfires that they can't escape. That's what hate brings. It brings forth hellfire. It brings forth catastrophic events. That's what hate brings up. It destroys. It breaks down things. But if you on the other side of the spectrum, where you're coming in love, or you're operating in love, it's not going to affect you in the way that they anticipate. Okay? So let me we have Pisces. We have Leo. We have Capricorn. We have Leo. Oops. We have Libra. Cancer. Capricorn. Okay? I'm just going to say this in front of everybody. Samuel Graham, Whitemore, Godward, whatever. There's something wrong with you, child. Okay? I don't know you from a can of paint. And I'm going to block you right now. You are not my soulmate, boo. Trust me. You is not my soulmate. Let me get you out of here. Something wrong with you. Yeah, I don't have time for that. Go kick that BS somewhere else. Okay? Anywho. We focusing over here, okay? I blocked that heifer. So we got Wisdom Beyond Womb. Make sure you grab your copy. The class is coming. I'm almost finished with the class. And you want to make sure you get yourself in this class. It's going to be between a 5-week, 6-week, 1 hour per week class, okay? And we're going to break this down to the nitty gritty. Wisdom Beyond Wounds. Make sure you grab your copy. It is on Amazon, okay? Workshop is coming. Yes, it is. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming, all right? Can you use my laugh for a ringtone? I'm actually working on that, okay? I'm working on that right now as well too. So y'all keep asking me, can I get your kid? Give me a moment. I'm working on that. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. Once I figure it out, boom, okay? But yes, I guess my laughter could be a ringtone, which is funny, but yeah. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. It is truly appreciated. Y'all go out there and be freaking great. Be freaking phenomenal in all that you do. Let me give y'all some flowers again. Thank you so much for all the donations and the shares and the gifts as well too. It's truly appreciated. Love to you guys. All right, I'll see you on the next one. See you later. Thank you. I'm gonna wait. Thank you. See you later. See y'all YouTube.